Everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason here at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. And today's report is for March the 5th through March the 11th, 2025. And as usual, we jump into the sun. The sun, mostly quiet, although here in the Gulf Coast region of Texas, it looked pretty cool last night when the West Texas winds came across and made it all smoky. I thought I had entered a new dimension, but it's because I didn't check the weather report and all the reports that said dust was coming. So it wasn't unsuspected, except for me. So that sun has been mostly quiet for solar flaring. There are a few smaller solar sunspots that are Earth facing, but not too big of an eruptive warning for those. There is a coronal hole that is magnetically locked and will be Earth facing throughout today. And so the coronal holes we know are going to make us feel a little bit of extra pressure. They have an increased tendency to cause earthquakes. So if you are on an earthquake region, pay attention to that. We know that it has been causing several rumbles around the globe in hot spots. So pay attention to that. And the plasma stream. So once that hole locks magnetically with us, we begin to feel the effects. Once it goes Earth facing, the stream that comes out of it begins to head towards Earth. And that stream, which will cause even more compaction and probably the increase of a cleansing squeeze, like wringing out a sponge, will hit us over the weekend. So probably Friday, Saturday, maybe even Saturday, Sunday. So pay attention to that. If you are wondering why you have all the energy of the weekend, but none of the motivation, that might be a reason the sun might be affecting you. We are currently in the solar sign of Pisces, which is affecting our feet. And of course, that kind of effect can feel like a tingle. It can be a heaviness. You want to think of it as that sort of pressurized grounding to the planet where we're about to spring forward, right? So you want to think about a leap, which is impending, which is the energy you should feel in your feet. If you are being affected by the zodiac. And of course, we are moving into Aries. So those of us who watch this show, it's not till the 20th, but sometimes we start to have prequels, and a lot of the energy this week is directed towards the crown. So you might be starting to feel pressure or tingles or flows at the top of the crown, right around the pituitary gland. So pay attention to that. We are currently in Venus retrograde. And we are in eclipse season. So prior to the eclipse is eclipse season. It's a pre-shadow kind of energy. And the energy of Venus retrograde and the eclipse season really is combining for us to understand our full potential and our ability to embody the best version of us, right? So embody means be in this now, not just the thought process. Yeah. After the first eclipse, which is going to be lunar, which I believe is the 13th, 13th/14th, depending on which side of the planet you're on. Mercury is going to go retrograde, which also allows us to see the truths that we've been hiding about ourselves. Perhaps one of the truths we might discover is the idea of Maya, that it is all an illusion and one large play. Oh, that'd be fun, right? That would make it maybe not the show you want to watch, but not necessarily deciding that the actors that are playing it and acting in negative roles according to your purview, that you're not going to blame the actor, but to just dislike the play. So that could be a revelation during the eclipse season. So pay attention to that. That's just the energy that's sort of flowing in the ether around all the things that are going on. Today, Wednesday, the 5th, we're still in the 3-3 gateway, right? So that 33 energy, that 3-3-3 energy of guidance, of non-embodied beings that are able to send you messages, could be former loved ones, could be things like angels or ascended masters. So pay attention to that energy. We are in the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow also. And really the energy of the day is since you can do, be, or change anything, you might feel a little stuck, right? So all of this potential that we're discovering about ourselves, if you can do anything and nothing is going to fail, then what would be the best or the most good, or what would you like to do kind of energy? And that always is hard. The thing to pay attention to is the energy of today is really that there are no wrong choices, and you should sort of choose joy, right? And that's not following necessarily your highest good. That's not necessarily hedonism. This is really what is going to bring you joy, and then what can you do, and then underneath all that, sometimes we got to do a lot of things that's not bringing me joy. Find the joy even in the repetitiveness, right? In the little things. Oh my goodness, that's the energy of today, Wednesday. Moves us over into Thursday, the 6th of March, or just 8 days until the eclipse. And all of this introspection is really about, or the day is really about letting go of all the shit that you've been trying to, that's been trying to flush itself out of your life. Not necessarily you've been trying to get rid of, but there's things that when they start to go away, they're comfortable, and we try to hold on to them, or we try to upgrade them. Sometimes it's just those things need to go away. So whatever is trying to flush itself out of your life, let them go, or let it go. If it's not a them, it doesn't have to be a person. And then really the energy of the day is our old thoughts and beliefs about relationships is the Venus retrograde. Our old thoughts and beliefs about relationships are really the things that you should be focusing on is your worthiness to have the good relationships. And that's usually what gives us pause, right? Too good to be true, or when's it going to go bad, or I don't deserve this. And you might be in a long extended version of the I don't deserve this. And therefore, there's a separation because people will begin to vibrate with your belief system about yourself. So, some of the things that might be leaving your life is because you do not believe in yourself firmly enough. That's fun. And then also some of the alignments for Thursday is going to be Jupiter and the moon. And Jupiter and the moon are really going to be about a harmony, a vibration, a song from the cosmos, if you will, about victory is really already assured, right? So you can't really make a wrong decision. And really, when you're focusing on Jupiter, is you can do and be more, right? So it's really causing the urge to expand. It leads us into Friday, the 7th of March, 7 days until the lunar eclipse of the blood moon. Similar to last April, right? So this is a similar alignment to the eclipses of last year, right? So think back to April of 2024, April, May, and sort of that energy might be repeating, or you might sort of feel like you're coming to the completion of stuff that you started last year and figured, why universe hasn't worked yet? That you might come to some resolutions for that. And the energy is going to appear kind of like uh, just like spring does, right? So all of a sudden there's blooms everywhere. There's leaves that look like they just shot out of dead trees, right? So this is a rapid expansion kind of energy. So pay attention to that. Sometimes rapid expansion is scary, like going downhill and not having brakes, or not being able to steer as well as you want. The sun and Mars are preloading the energy you're combining, are preloading you for shift into Aries, energy of the higher mind. And you may want to uh, the energy or the inclination when this sort of happens is maybe you want to rearrange the workspace that you work in, right? So a lot of times we start a project and then we get everything out that we think we might need, but we really only need a couple of those tools. We really only need to focus on a few things. This is sort of a refinement. I was like a refinement of the tools and focuses that we need to be doing to sort of take control of this growth that we're doing, this rapid expansion. It leads us into Saturday, the 8th of March. And with the control that we sort of gather from Friday, uh, really the urge on Saturday is to everything you sort of been putting off because you didn't have the right tools, you weren't in the right mood, is really the time to sort of actually stop putting them off. And so the energy is in alignment with Moon and Venus, and is really sort of guiding you then to there really can't be harmful outcomes of acting, right? So a lot of times we delay and procrastinate because we think the hard conversation is going to ruin things, or we're really like into a pattern. We think if we shift that pattern, then we might go down, not up. And so really the energy of Venus and the moon is sort of saying that's bullshit. Act anyway. Moves us into Sunday, the 9th of March. Mars and the moon give us the power and the bravery to sort of all of this introspection, all of this bullshit of Mars retrograde, all of the collapsing of what we think is institutions that have been helpful for human development. This is sort of really, we've been shedding our belief systems and our interactions with those things off of us, right? And so if you want to think that we've been discovering the light within, right? This is sort of like hiding the light under a bush. This is like under a bush, deep in the roots. We've been digging all this stuff out, right? But we really have this glowing beam of divinity within us. And so really, this is sort of giving you the power to shine that light, right? So a lot of times in a dark world, we are want to hide ourselves or hide our light so that we aren't the ones singled out by the darkness. But how is darkness going to go away if we don't shine our light? So this is just kind of the energy that Mars and the moon give you on Sunday, right? So the ability, the courage to actually be the brightness that you are. Fun times. Yay, Sunday. It's a good Sunday. Sunday. Monday, the 10th of March, we really have, excuse me, a lot of smoke going on. We really have the opportunity to share your light and contribute your talents, right? So that courage to sort of be bright on Sunday really gives you the opportunity where your light can be put to use, right? And so this is probably synchronicities of hey, I decided to do this, and all of a sudden there's an opportunity to do that. So pay attention to Monday. That leads us into Tuesday, the 11th of March, 2025. And this is a good time to sort of set the stage. A lot of times when I was running churches, it was always about the preparation for specific holy days, about how are we going to arrange the altar, you know, where's the chalice, where's this, and all the fun stuff, right? So this is really a prep time for preparing for the lunar eclipse. And you can sort of what if you're not going to do anything special or ritualistic, right? You really want to sort of get in your mind maybe a list of things that you've been over contemplating, or repetitive thoughts, repetitive themes that have come up, right? Those are probably the things that need the adjustment or the release of the cleansing lunar eclipse. And then that should get us through the week, and we'll be back here again next Wednesday for the Star Report. Of course, you can find me at newdimensionscrystals.com and book a session there. If you're in downtown Brenham, 221 East Main Street, and come by the shop, get some rocks, say hi, all the fun stuff. I love bringing you this message. I hope it finds you well. Until next time, everybody, many blessings.